in the School of Ragtime is the only writing we have of Scott Joplin other than his rags. Journals, letters he might have written, they're lost. This was completed at the end of 1907, when ragtime was still establishing a foothold on American music. 1907 was when the Roosevelt in the White House was Teddy Roosevelt. Oklahoma was admitted to the Union as the 46th state, and future actor Burgess Meredith was a baby. It's hard to envision. Scott Joplin begins. What is scurrilously called ragtime is an invention that is here to stay. That it is now conceded by all musicians, and that all publications masquerading under the name of ragtime are not the genuine article that will be better known when these exercises are studied. That real ragtime of the higher class is rather difficult to play is a painful truth, which most pianists have discovered. Syncopations are no indication of light or trashy music, and to shy bricks at hateful ragtime no longer passes for musical culture. To assist amateur players in giving the Joplin rags that weird and intoxicating effect intended by the composer is the object of this work. It is evident that by giving each note its proper time and by scrupulously observing the ties, you will get the effect. So many are careless in these respects that we will specify each feature. In this number, strike the first note and hold it through the time belonging to the second note. The upper staff is not syncopated and is not to be played. The perpendicular dotted lines running from the syncopated note below to the two notes above will show exactly its duration. You, sir, play slowly until you catch the swing and never play ragtime fast at any time.
I don't think time Brian heard that.
This style is rather more difficult, especially for those who are careless with the left hand and are prone to vamp. The first note should be given the full length of 3/16 and no more. The second note is struck in its proper place, and the third note is not struck, but is joined with the second as though they were one note. This treatment is continued at the end of the exercise. When neatly played. If you have observed the object of the dotted lines, they will lead you to a proper rendering of this number, and you will find it interesting. Here form one tone, and also in the middle of the second measure, and so to the end. You will observe that it is a syncopation only when the tied notes are on the same degree of the staff. Slurs indicate a legato movement. Ragtime effect here is this second note, right hand, but instead of a tie, it is an eighth note, rather than 2/16 with tie. In the last part of this measure, the tie is used because the tone is carried across the bar. This is a pretty style, and not as difficult as it seems on first trial. Instructions given, together with the dotted lines, will enable you to interpret this variety, which has very pleasing effects. We wish to say here that the Joplin ragtime is destroyed by careless or imperfect rendering, and very often good players lose the effect entirely by playing too fast. They are harmonized with the supposition that each note will be played as it's written, and it takes this and also the proper time divisions to complete the sense intended.